What's up top 10 fam, hope you're having an awesome day. I'm your host Ayman Hasan and welcome back to another video. I feel like a games master today almost, I'm feeling pretty pumped about it. I feel like this series is just reverse psychology as hell, like I'm gonna follow on from Rebecca in part 1 and tell you games that you shouldn't be playing, and that in and of itself is just gonna entice you guys to try them out. I don't endorse that, but it's your life, you guys, do with it what you will, but be safe. With that warning in mind, let the games begin. These are the top 10 scary, cursed paranormal games you should never play, part 2. Starting us off with number 10 is the elevator game. This one is extremely popular in Japan, and I feel like Japan just gets creepy stuff right like 99.9% of the time, so I trust them. Either way, the point of this game is to maybe transport to another world or parallel universe of sorts. To play, you have to be in a building that has at least 10 floors, and you have to be the only one in the elevator at all times. To start the game, you have to go to a sequence of floors in a specific order, but if any random person gets in the elevator while you're doing this, you have to start all over again, so it is a bit of a mission. So the order is the 4th floor, then the 2nd, then 6th, then 2nd, then 10th, and then finally the 5th. If a woman enters the elevator while you're on the 5th floor, do not look at her, don't speak to her, no eye contact, no nothing. This woman is not human and will keep you with her forever if you have any interaction with her. Once she enters, press the 1st floor and then the elevator will go up or down as it pleases, and it should take you to the 10th floor. At this point, leave the elevator straight away. The woman will ask you in an inhuman high-pitched voice where you're going or what's wrong. Do not answer her, just go. If you exit the elevator and it's dark, your phone doesn't work, and you see a red cross outside one of the windows, then you've reached the other world. Congratulations. And the only way to get back to our world is to repeat all the steps you did to leave it, but if you reach the 1st floor and the door opens but things seem off, even if a speck of dust is out of place, then do not exit the elevator because you will die. Apparently this is what Eliza Lamb was doing in the elevator CCTV footage of her right before she died. And I've seen that footage, but I didn't know about the game at the point, and I was like, wow. Coming in at number 9 is Dry Bones. So if you like hide and seek, you're gonna like this one, or maybe you won't, depending on how much of a scaredy cat you are. I definitely am, but yeah. So Dry Bones is like hide and seek demon edition. Great, must they just interject in everything we do? So you can only play near midnight, and you start off by getting a candle and a match. At precisely 12:01 AM, you have to go to your bathroom and stare at the mirror while lighting the candle. Keep the match burning until it goes out completely, and then say, I am aware of your presence and I welcome you into my home. Come now. And this is essentially the point you're inviting a demon into your house, and if you've made it this far, this is the part where you run for your freaking life and hide like your life depends on it, cause it high-key does. To survive the game, you need to stay hidden till 3 AM. Once the clock hits 3, go to the largest room in your house and say thank you for playing, but you must leave now. You are no longer welcome. If you hear a groaning sound right after that, then the demon will leave your house and give you a prize of your choosing. I don't really know how this bit works, like do you have a conversation with the demon? Does it magically know what you want? I don't really know. But if you don't hear a groaning sound, then that means the demon wasn't satisfied with how you played, and let's just say you'll face a fate worse than death. So in conclusion, just don't lose. Easy. At number 8 we have 3 Kings. Now this game actually came from the No Sleep subreddit thread, which we all go and explore when we're, just feeling a type of way. Either way, in order to play you need 3 chairs. 2 have to face each other and there has to be a mirror on each one. The 3rd chair gets placed in the middle of the 2 chairs, and that one is your throne, making you the king. Hello, your highness. The mirrors constitute as your queen and your fool, but you don't know which one is which, and mind you, this all has to be done in the dark. And keep in mind, from the queen and fool's point of view, you're also either their queen or their fool. I said it was called 3 Kings, right? There have to be 3 kings. At 3:30 AM, sit on the throne with a lit candle facing one of the mirrors. Hold the candle, stare into the darkness, and start the game. The whole point of the game is to literally transport your consciousness to a whole other dimension or get to the shadow side. People have claimed they've had conversations with themselves in an out-of-body introspective experience or manner. You become able to look at your past and present through new eyes. Others have said the whole thing feels like a lucid dream almost, or meditation, which are two very different experiences, so I guess it really just depends on what you're like as a person. Let me know if you try it. I'd be very interested to know if you thought it was a lucid dream or meditation. Filling our number 7 slot is concentrate. Now I totally get why a lot of people would want to play this one, and I also get why people wouldn't, so let me know which side you fall on. So this is actually classified as a scary sleepover game, but I'm like, which 15-year-old is gonna want to play this? I would not have been doing this at 15, but that's me. Either way, if you're the one playing, you need to close your eyes and sit on the ground while a friend sits behind you reciting a dark poem about babies crying and people dying. The poem is long as hell. I'm not gonna stand here reciting the whole thing for you, but you can Google it if you want to play. While they're reciting it, the person has to be lightly tapping the back of the person who's actually playing. They then imitate murdering you in multiple ways. Get creative here, people, you know, get those slit throats in there. And then finally, your friend has to push you over from your sitting position. By the end of this whole experience, you should feel like you're in a trance of some kind, and this trance essentially allows you to see how you yourself will end up dying. Apparently, you'll see a color of some kind, and that color corresponds to a way of death. Again, you can find it on Google. Hey man, some people just want to know about the end and others don't. To each their own. I think I would not want to play this game. I don't want to know how I go. It can just remain a mystery. I don't want to predict it. I don't want to know. Now, number 6 is Baby Blue, and this is a game you actually play on your own, so maybe on a lonely Saturday night, if your friends ditch you, you can play this. Not. The purpose of the game is to basically have a baby appear in your arms, and I know you're hoping for a cute little egg of a baby, but that is not the baby you'll be getting. How to play? Go into your bathroom alone, turn the lights off, and close the door. Isolation? Check. Next, look into the mirror and cradle your arms like you're already holding a baby. Remember to support the head, people, that's very important. Next, you have to say baby blue, blue baby 13 times. When you're done, you're meant to feel the weight of a baby in your arms, and in some horrible variations of the game, you're meant to flush the baby down the toilet. And you have to do this quickly, because if you don't, a woman appears inside the mirror screaming at you, telling you to give her baby back to her. The woman can actually come out of the mirror and physically hurt you if you don't flush the baby quick enough, so get to flushing. I really don't see the appeal of this game at all. I'm not trying to get scratched or killed just for summoning a fake baby. Nah, B? Nah. Coming in at number 5 is the closet game. Now I don't know who in their right mind would actually want to play this, but I don't judge, so if you want to play it, go right ahead. Now the sole purpose of this game is to summon a demon into your home, whether that's to haunt it, to just spread bad juju around you. I don't know, maybe you hate your parents and you want to piss them off. Maybe you're lonely and a demon seems like good company to you, I don't know. To start the game, you have to stand in your closet with the door closed with an unlit match in your hand. You then have to say, show me the light or leave me in the darkness. Dramatic, I know. After saying this, you should hear a very faint whisper of some kind, and when you do, you have to light the match ASAP Rocky. That is key, you guys. If you don't do it quickly enough, the demon you just called upon can suck you into a pit of eternal darkness forever. That's just really not the vibe we're going for here. So light the match on time, open the closet door, and step out slowly, and voila. Your room or house should now be haunted or protected or cursed by a demon. But just a safety tip, if you do play this game, you should never look inside your closet without light after it. And if you accidentally leave your closet door open at night, you'll definitely be able to see the demon's red glowing eyes watching you from inside. And if you want that, then knock yourself out, but yeah. At number 4 is the Answer Man. Now this is another one from Japan, and it's a bit of an urban legend. Apparently the game invokes an evil spirit if done correctly, so if that sounds like your jam, then listen up. Now with this one, you have to play with 10 people, so if you don't have 10 friends, I certainly don't, then you can't play the game. I'm sorry, you loner. So step 1 is to sit in a circle, and you all have to have your phones on you. On the count of 3, or just at the same time, every person has to call the person on their left and then listen. Since everyone's calling each other all at the same time, everyone should hear the busy ringtone, and no one's call should be answered. But one call will be. If your call gets answered, that is the Answer Man. If you get him on the phone, you can ask him absolutely anything, and he will answer it truthfully and rightfully. truthfully. But with every question you ask, he gets to ask you a question too that you have to answer. If you answer his questions wrong or don't answer them period, then a gnarled, bony hand will appear out of the phone and tear off a piece of your body. Honestly, I'm down to play this game as long as my call isn't the one that gets answered. I don't mind being, like a spectator to the mayhem. I don't want to be involved, but like I'll be eating popcorn and watching everything unfold. Safe over there. Filling our number 3 slot is the Dark Reflection Ritual, and contrary to the title of it, it still is a game, not just a ritual, so don't worry, I didn't snake you. So the whole point of this one is to boost your luck, but to do that, you're gonna have to go through a night of terrible luck to get there. You can play this game by yourself if you're ballsy, or in a group. If you're not, I would definitely play it in a group, because personally there are strength in numbers and I'm not trying to die, or at least I'm not trying to die first. So you play by finding a mirror. A small handheld one is the best one to have, and you have to look at your reflection in the eyes for a few seconds. While you do this, you have to focus all your bad negative energy and breathe it onto the mirror till it fogs up completely. At that point, you quickly hold the mirror to a burning flame to create a black smudge on it. After that, the rockstar can come out of you a bit, because then you get to smash the mirror, which is a lot of fun. But your rockstar dreams are gonna end very shortly after that, because the rest of the night will be hell. Bad luck will follow you and get worse and more dangerous as the night goes on. Be on your guard, try not to die, and if you survive till the sun rises, then you've basically won at life. The game is meant to give you success in everything you do very shortly after, and to be honest, this game is sounding real tempting to me right now. Be right back. Now at number 2 is the telephone ritual. This one's extremely dangerous, so you really need to proceed with caution on this one. I mean, then again, they all are. So what you need is a phone, salt, a flashlight, but you can also use the light on your phone, and an amulet for protection. But that one's optional. I mean, how many people have a handy dandy amulet just lying around? I certainly don't. So this one can only be played alone and only at night. After midnight, when you're home alone, turn off all the lights in your house and make your way to your bathroom. Scatter salt around the toilet door and make a sort of barrier of salt outside it, and then lock yourself inside. Use the flashlight to light up the surface of water in the toilet bowl and just keep staring at the water. And please try not to or something in there beforehand, because that's just going to make for a very unpleasant game. While still staring into the bowl, call your house phone and let it ring, and don't hang up. And at this point, one of 2 things can happen. If you start seeing the surface of the water change, or you hear a noise from inside the house, then hang up ASAP and scatter salt all around yourself. Now the second thing that can happen is that if someone answers your call, then hang up straight away, get the hell out of the toilet, put salt around the house phone, and hopefully you'll be safe in that moment, but not for long. To be on the safest side, just sprinkle salt all around your house after this. But the point of the game is that apparently the ghost of an ancestor or a spirit that haunts your house is meant to answer the phone and kind of just be in your house. I'm honestly not trying to awaken any demon, ghost, entity that lives in my house. You can just stay in hibernation, thank you. And finally, at number 1 is the picture game. If you're a paranormal ghost lover, then saddle up, because this one is for you, and there are many rules to this one, so pay attention please, and thank you. Any number of people can play, and the point is to catch a ghost or entity on camera. You have to start the game at midnight in a quiet room. Out of string or rope, make a circle by tying the ends together and place this rope circle in the middle of your chosen room. Place a glass in the middle of the rope circle and fill it with wine or any alcoholic drink, really. Then everyone should sit in a circle around the rope and have a mirror in front of them, but the reflective part has to be facing the ceiling. A lot of rules, I know, but that's just the setup. Now the game actually begins. Everyone has to close their eyes, hold hands, and one after the other say, "I trust you." Not all at once, one after the other. After everyone's done that, everyone has to say, "The door is open, please come in," 3 times in unison, and then you can open your eyes. With a camera, every person has to say, "I caught you," then take a picture of the middle of the circle. Don't preview the photo, just say the words and take it. Then pass the camera around and repeat till each person has taken 3 pictures, so the camera's gone around the circle 3 times at that point. At any point, if anyone starts feeling like vomiting or begins to cry, do not let them take any pictures, just make them pass the camera on. Once you've done all that, put the camera down, close your eyes again, and say it is time to go home 3 times in unison. person. Each person has to then turn their mirror upside down, put the lights on, and use some sharp tool to cut the rope circle, empty the drink into the earth, and review the pictures and prepare to be shocked. If you do end up doing this, please show me if you see anything weird on your camera film, like I really want to know. Camera film? We're in the digital era. Your SD card. And that's it for today's video, guys. I'm a huge board game fan, but I haven't played games like this in a really long time. Honestly, the only borderline scary game I tried when I was young was Bloody Mary, and although I shat myself, she didn't appear, so there's that. Let me know if you guys have played any of these games before, or if you want to try it after this. As always, I'm your host Ayman Hasan, and I'll catch you in the next one. You know, if you survive the game you choose to play. Bye!